It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. Cory Holcomb's in the building.
One time.
What's up,
The Tabernacle,
everybody?
November 16th. Man, how long it's been since I seen you, bro?
A long time. Look, dude, when I walked in the door, let me tell you something real.
Okay.
I'm like, and I know who that is. As soon as I turn the corner, I say, this one. Because, I do this every week.
Right.
So I meet radio personalities. It's been a while, though,
Yeah,
man.
it's been more than 20.
Across the
Yeah.
street. No, seriously, because I remember when he was in the studio with us, and I was bigger, and I told him a joke about the group home girls. He was like, I like that. I'm going to use it. Was back then.
Yeah.
That's how long it was.
That was about, how many pounds ago was that?
I'm 310 today.
That's good, but that's good.
Yeah,
Just
I was
keep
5.
on.
I was a good 5 and change before.
Yeah, you know what I'm
5
saying?
and why would it be and change?
Well, because I don't know what the other.
Okay,
is,
the
so,
scale stopped.
Right.
Over 5.
The scale was like, bruh.
Man, you at the Tabernacle.
At the Tabernacle, man, it's sold out.
Well, of course. I mean,
It's sold out.
you
Atlanta.
you go places and go viral, and
Yeah.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah. No, but anyway, this city, Atlanta, is one of them cities I've been eating because of cities like this for a long time. Atlanta always comes see Cory Holcomb. I appreciate the theater being sold out because I had never heard of the Tabernacle Theater. I normally play the Fox or something like that, so I was a little nervous, but it's sold
Well, you
out.
got
so
a
we
pastor
good.
with you because it used to be a church.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got my pastor over there. He's trying to help me. He gonna
You gonna baptize you?
rebaptize me.
Rebaptize you.
Yeah.
Why would you need to be rebaptized, though, Cory? What is you doing to people?
I'm trying to be born again.
Yeah.
I said after I get baptized, I want to say this to the woman I care about. When I get baptized, I promise you, I put this on everything I love. I will never get caught again. The game don't stop with me.
The game don't stop.
I'm gonna do it.
And see, that's the problem. Because you be calling out other people's game. That interview with Cam Newton,
Man.
why he didn't see that coming? Because I know you, and I saw it coming. You was like, you kind of leaned back in the chair. I was like, oh,
My
here we
brother
go.
Cam Newton is a very confident man, but he's never been in the room with nobody like me, and that ain't no diss. It's
Right.
just I put all my dirt out there. So when people come at me with my dirt, I'm like,
You
yeah,
can't
I
get
already know.
dirty. Right.
That's how you do. You jump ahead of it. Don't be scared to tell nobody who you are.
Right.
So then when somebody get mad at you and they say something that you already said, you know,
Yeah.
everybody know that about me.
And all of the stuff that came out after that, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah. The thing I feel bad about is he jammed up with this crazy lady who calls herself a doctor, and she refuses to show this doctor's license because it don't exist. And this lady is so determined to try to show that this lady who Cam is with, because I didn't know about her before the show, but I did a little research on her. She wants this girl to think that somebody is doing wrong by her, but
Right.
Cam and her are happy, and she said they're happy. But
Yeah.
according to this lady who doesn't tell her truth, because I know her truth, this is a girl.
you're talking about Dr. Bryant.
Dr. Bryant, the
Yeah.
girl who like girls. I know your girlfriend. You did a good job hiding her, but the streets don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot about you, Miss Bryant. This ain't what you want. You went on the Breakfast Club and lied on me. Be careful. I know your business.
She lied on you.
Yeah, she said I'm an alcoholic. She said,
Oh, no. It is we got a show together. I'm going to play this clip when we come back. That's called True Talks. And Cam came up, and then your name came up. And I know that you need to hear it in real time.
Do I stink, by the way? Because she said my hygiene was bad. Y'all
I don't know.
smell?
I asked Ryan if he was going to come up in here stinking.
You see what I'm saying?
I wasn't sure.
That's a smear campaign.
Smear.
That is really, she out of pocket for that.
Okay.
Because, like, if I was like, you so when
Wait, hold on. We'll come back. We got more. We got more with Cory Holcomb when we come back. All right, this is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. Cory Holcomb is in the studio.
One time.
And there's a show on Fox Soul that I am part of that Dr. Bryant is on called True Talks. It airs Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock live. And the Cam Newton interview came up because she's gone viral on that. She's gone viral with Ray J. And you saw her on the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I saw what she had to say about me, and it was like, wow,
Okay.
your back must really be against the wall, because if I was to be like, okay, I want you to show me any proof of what you said about me. Well, the main thing, it doesn't even matter what somebody said about me. My people, the Tabernacle Theater sold out.
Right.
I want to see you try to sell it out with that nonsense you be selling with that Emmett
What is
Smith hairline.
what is the beef? What is it all
The
start?
beef, she mad because I busted out. She's not a doctor. So that makes her mad because this is part of her hustle. I'm a doctor. No, you're not a doctor. You don't go around saying you're a doctor in front of me because everybody who lie around me,
Yeah.
we fall out. We fall out. Everybody who lie around me, I try to be quiet. But it just come out.
So
You're
how do
lying.
you know she's not a doctor? She doesn't
It's
show
very
her
easy to find out
certificate?
if somebody is a doctor. You ask them, where are you licensed out of?
Okay.
And then you just look up, because if she's a doctor, you're going to see the license. But she hasn't produced a license. Let me tell you why. She's not a doctor. She's a self-proclaimed doctor. Let the facts be the facts. If y'all know her, ask her, hey, let me see your license. Let's see what she say.
Okay.
It must hurt. Like, do you know that? I want to tell y'all something. The doctor she's attractive. Do you know people that are attractive can lie and people want to believe them? This is actually some scientific stuff we're
So
talking
that's what you
about
say,
right now.
that her looks are the reason that people believe her.
Yes, this is the only way she can get away with doing this stuff that she's doing. You lying, ma'am. Stop saying you're a doctor, because people like me and a lot of people on the internet have done the research and looking for this stuff you say you got. And that's not what you really want to do to the people who, I call it the real boys and girls, the boys and girls that helped me sell out the Tabernacle Theater.
Yeah.
We ain't going for it.
Listen to this clip.
Listen, y'all, ex-Panther quarterback, who I know all too well, Cam Newton, a.k.a. I went viral on that one too, y'all, recently shared on his Funky Friday podcast that he blames Kim Kardashian for the BBL epidemic. But I want to ask you, Cam, do you blame yourself for all them broken homes? Anyway, what he said was Kim Kardashian is responsible for impacting the look for what we deem, or women deem, as I want my body to look like that. When you look at the BBL epidemic, is it in large part impacted because of Kim Kardashian?
Now,
Really,
in
what
the
you think?
episode, Cam Newton interviewed comic Cory Holcomb, who also has some strong things to say about Dr. B, but we're going to work on that. And he said, he talked about women getting enhancers and butt enhancement. He claims anyone with a BBL has a mental illness. Take a look at this.
Somebody that is going to be the mainstay is probably not going to be a woman with a BBL. Because I know that's mental illness, to let somebody crack your ass open, put some Air Jordan up in there, and sew it back up. That is not a mentally stable woman.
Well, my thing is, and I said on Breakfast Club, any man who is has an addiction issue, who has low hygiene, which represents depression and mental health, who also has issues where their kids don't talk to them or deal with them, whose wife don't deal with them, who has mommy and daddy issues, is the last man that needs to be referring to anybody with mental health issues. I think that he needs to get himself checked in with. They asked me on Breakfast Club, and I said, no, I would never go on his show, but I would definitely help him in a private session, because he needs that type of help. Yeah. This man has deeply rooted issues. That in itself, it just screams mental illness. It screams addiction. It screams depression. It screams completely unhappy.
Yeah.
So, like, when you say something like that about somebody, they have mental health issues, and they have alcoholic addiction, and they family and they wife. I mean,
Nobody wants to deal with you.
Me and my wife was just on the phone the other day. Me and my wife, cool.
Well, I think she specifically said kids.
Well, she said wife too.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a wife too.
Okay, what about your
And
kids?
What about the kids? Me and my kids have a relationship, even though in this country, a lot of children are not as close to their father as they would be because of things their mother has said about the father. And this is all proven. When children grow up with a dad and not a mom, they are better off to handle society.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. This woman just flat out lied again. Nobody is really watching how crazy this woman is. This woman came from left field with lies about me. And check this out. I will ask her. She's done surgery too. This is what this woman must not realize. I live in Los Angeles, so I know you, ma'am. I don't know you by hanging with you, but don't nobody hold water out here. Everybody say what they know about you. I know about your breasts. I know about your nose. I know about everything. This ain't what you want, because I got receipts to bag up what I'm talking about. But I want to see you go talk to my kids. Me and my daughter had a little strained relationship sometime, but that can happen with anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? We good now. That's my daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't even know me. Why are you making up stuff? I believe this is what happened when some people get put like, well, you got to say something. You on the spot. And then they just lie. She lies about being a doctor, and now she's lying about, like she know my life. You don't know me, man.
So did they try to get you to come back on Funky Friday with her? Is that been proposed?
I don't know if I should say that yet because it ain't happened. But
Would you do that?
I dare her to try to have a face-to-face with me because I got all your dirt, ma'am. I know that you've been in a relationship with that woman. I know how you get down. And you talk about, oh, I was with this man and he wasn't my man. He wasn't your man because you had a woman. I'm not the one. I know you, lady, because the people who you get down with are envious of you too. So your business is out there. I know who the lady is you've been in a relationship with for the longest. And you was with the lady while you was with the man that you was with. And you took from the men because you obviously was with some guys who ain't understand how the streets work because they didn't peep the lady that you with. Am I lying, Dr. Bryant? Tell me, am I lying?
Maybe it was a triangle affair.
What is a triangle affair?
They all knew about each other.
No, you can't.
We all a part of the party.
It's all to make it good for the cute lady. This is how we're programmed. We think we're supposed to take up for people like that. That lady has mental issues. She's claiming to be a doctor, and she's trying to talk to Cam Newton's girlfriend about what? Cam Newton's girlfriend said, I'm good over here. But she's so smart, Dr. Bryant. You're not good. You need to hear what I have to say. Let's hear about your girlfriend, Dr. Bryant. Why are you hiding that? You part of that community that don't really like men. I know. And I dare you to act like I'm lying up here because I got the receipts to prove it. You don't want no sit down with me because you ain't going to do nothing, make a fool out of yourself. So, I mean, I think Cam Newton, them trying to put that together was a great idea that would have been a good idea if people were telling the truth. But she can't face me and lie because if I have a interview with Cam Newton, I'm coming with receipts. Come with them receipts about me being an alcoholic or me not getting along with nobody. And she said my career is, and hers is this. Hey, I'm sold out at the Tabernacle. You dig what I'm saying? I want to see you sell out something like that. You always talk about what Shaq had to say. What did Shaq say about Cory Holcomb? Shaq say Cory Holcomb is in his top 5 comedians. And so did a lot of people. Ain't nobody saying nothing like that about you. You are the type of woman that guys will lay up with, and then after that, they ain't gonna want to hear nothing you got to say. This is what we do. Unfortunately, we sleep with women like Dr. Bryant, and then as soon as we're done, we're like, shut up talking to me. I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. This is how life works. It's called masculinity. This is what the war is against, masculinity. Cam Newton, guys like me who have money, we'll never just be with one girl until we get so sick. We be like, okay, baby, I'm going to settle down and be with you. This is the truth.
But don't you feel like she still has an avenue where she's able to talk to Cam and Nick about things that they have done in their past and be open to the public about that, such as the broken homes that they have created? Do you not feel like
she can have a conversation with anybody about anything, but I don't like how she comes like she's a doctor. You're not a doctor. Stop it. You're not a doctor. You want to act like I'm the expert on this. No, you're not.
I mean, they're giving out honorary doctor degrees now.
Well, go get one. Go get one. But to be a licensed doctor,
right?
That actually takes a lot of work. My daughter was trying to be a doctor after she graduated to the certain level where doctor was next. Mm-hmm. But you have to get accepted in, and a lot of times getting accepted in is very difficult. Especially in the United States, with being accepted in to go to school to be a doctor, not accepted to be a doctor, just to be able to go to school to be a doctor. It's not an easy thing to do. And somebody like that whose words don't match doctor, I mean, come on, stop it. I get it, though. This is America, man. Everybody, like, what's that lady who killed her daughter? It was some lady, her name Lacey or something like that. Mm-hmm. People, she got off. And why did she get off? Because people liked her. So I hope people like you, Dr. Lady. I ain't got no problems with whatever you get, what you was bragging on the Breakfast Club. I have property. That's everybody who's smart. No, that's That's insecurity. Why you talk about property on the Breakfast Club? You want DJ Envy to sell you some property? That's the only thing I can think. Envy, sell her some property, dog. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real.
The comments going to eat you up on this one, though. You come for this black woman.
That's what everybody say. You come for black women. It's played out.
I don't know about all of them, but this one.
It's played out, man. If you call out a liar should not be protected in society. When you a liar, you can actually destroy a community. Lies are not really something we should be like, well, she say this. Well, it's easy to prove. Show your doctor's license. I have to shut up. I have to apologize. If you show your doctor's license, I have to be like, oh, I'm sorry I said it. But you ain't got a doctor's license, do you?
So you're saying that if she were to provide the proof that she is licensed, that you'll apologize?
Of course. Why wouldn't I apologize?
I'm just asking you, Cory.
If somebody, but there's a reason it's been going on this long. She doesn't have a doctor's license to show. Your people told me that. Now I want you to think about, who is your people who told me about all your information? I'll tell you, I'm out there in the streets in L.A. I'm in the streets, like the white lines and the stop signs. You dig what I'm saying? I'm in the streets. This ain't what you want. I know your past. You better go back to the strip club with all that nonsense.
We got more with Cory Holcomb when we come back. It is Ryan Kevin Uncensored. Cory Holcomb. Why you don't like black women, man? What is the problem?
What's up with him?
No, because if we're talking off camera about it, but that's what people accuse you of.
Yeah, that's what people do. Do you know what they accused Jesus of when he was down here? Do you know how they did Jesus when Jesus all he did was walk the earth and tell the truth? He was telling people, listen, at one time they were saying only a certain group of people can go to heaven. And when Jesus came down there, he was like, no, anybody can get to heaven. They didn't like that. So the people in power and the meek, they killed him. They killed him because he told the truth. So it might happen to me like that, telling the truth. I look at the eyes of people when you tell the truth. It's very interesting to me. I've said that before. When you say something honest to people, they don't like it.
Look at
Now, I will say this.
Why are you laughing, Bonnie?
Especially women. They don't like when you tell them the truth. It just makes them mad. And then you're like, why you don't like the truth? They really don't have an answer.
That's not true. It's usually tone. It's not truth. It's tone.
So you got to tell the truth with a certain tone.
You do.
So it's like what you say. It's how you say it.
It's how you say it. It's always how you say it.
You got to tell the truth like this.
Any man that studies women knows that.
No. Those are men who want to make women happy no matter what. I'm not built to make no woman happy no matter what. I show respect where respect is due. If I'm in the presence of a woman, see, I say the word be a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of bees respond to it. It's just they want to act like they coming in the name of women.
Okay.
But they're not coming in the name of women, because women, how many women going to be in my show tonight? Let's just watch how many women are in there. Since I don't like women, it's going to be packed with women, because there's a lot of women who want to hear the truth. Even if they don't agree with what you're saying, they still want to hear something else instead of all the cake mix, because an attractive woman, her whole life, she going to hear people making it sound good for her.
That's true.
So do you feel you've picked up the flag, in truth talking? Because there's not a lot of comedians, there's not a lot of people who have the format that you do that will tell the truth. Is this your purpose right now?
I picked up the flag and I paid to be who I am. When I first moved to Hollywood, I had a holding deal at Fox Television 15 days after I landed, and then the next year I got another holding deal. Hollywood was very interested in Cory Holcomb at one time.
Okay.
But the way I conduct myself, this isn't Hollywood-like. Hollywood-like is
you don't play the game?
I can't. Every time I'm in a room where I have to smile and be phony, it's like as soon as I get out that room, I'll be like, it's like I'm holding my breath. And I ain't saying I'm better than nobody else, but I ain't walking around here perpetrating who I am. I'm a flawed man. And anybody who's been around me, because those are the people who should be able to judge you, the people who've been around you. You ask them about me. You ask me and my wife are not together no more.
Are y'all divorced?
My wife who I am.
Are y'all divorced? Or are you separated? What is it?
We're divorced, basically. We're still going through, you know what I mean?
It's pending.
Yeah, but that don't mean I'm like, the hell with you. You don't ever talk to me forever. My wife knows who I am. I'm the Rock. I'm the one Cory, I'm jammed up. Woo, woo, woo. It don't matter. I don't care about a divorce or whatever. Some people get divorced. It don't mean you have to be enemies. A lot of people are enemies because when you get dragged through the legal system, it's really hard to smile with somebody who you feel did you wrong through the legal system. But, yeah, you can anybody who's been around me, ask them who Cory Holcomb is. I hope they tell the flaws and the good, because that lady don't know what she talking about.
Do you think that her speaking about you, though, has kind of reignited some of your flavor after the Cam Newton? She was on that one. Now she's coming to talk about you. You're doing a tour, I'm sure.
I've been popping.
Okay.
I've been selling out theaters. I've been popping. I know everybody don't know about Cory Holcomb because I'm not in the movies. I'm not on TV shows like that. But even though I was on some TV shows like Black Jesus and stuff, all my connections in Hollywood came mainly from black people who know me and was like, yo, I want to throw you on this. Just like Atlanta. When I used to come to the comedy club in Atlanta, Tyler Perry used to be at Uptown standing in the back. Everybody be like, Tyler Perry here? Yeah, Tyler Perry is a fan of mine. I'm a fan of his. Now, look, me and Tyler Perry might not agree on everything, but he recognized my talent, and I appreciate you, brother Tyler Perry, and all the people who took a chance on me. Yvette Lee Bowser, Nick Cannon, the list goes on. It's mainly the brothers and sisters who see me and be like, that dude is actually talented. But a place in Hollywood, I don't know if Hollywood is ready for somebody like me. I mean, especially for me to be who I am, and I'm not going to go to Hollywood and wear dresses and lipstick, and I ain't really knocking everybody who is. Some people got to do what they got to do, but I'm a different type of guy. I'm not easy to be controlled, so that ain't nothing I'm bragging on because I'm trying to act like I'm bad. I'm bragging on it because I think more people need to stand on principles, even though the opportunity is there. Because if I wanted to be in Hollywood, all I got to do is start returning some of these calls. I'll be so flattered when people call me for movies. It's just I don't have time to do the movie. I ain't got 3 months for $50,000. I'm going to make that tonight. I'm going to make that at the Tabernacle.
Yeah.
What you got, man? I need
sold out show.
I need some movie money. Y'all got some movie money? You know what I'm saying?
So
they got the budget. It's just they don't want to give it to me.
Have you been in opportunities where you turned down something because you had to stay out here on the road? Is it something like notable? You was like, yeah, I could have been in this, or I could have been in that.
You don't turn down nothing that's worth it.
Okay. They haven't been able to meet what your show money is.
Yeah, but that, I'll put it like this. It doesn't always have to be about the money. If I feel like something is powerful, I'll take the time out to do it. When I was doing Black Jesus, that wasn't paying me what I make, but I knew it was a good look.
Right.
The brother Aaron Magruder.
Boondocks.
When I first got to LA, he wanted me to be a writer for him. But I didn't have time to be the writer because it takes a lot of time.
Okay.
I was on the road. I was getting it. You know what I'm saying? So then later on, when the opportunity came to be on the show, I was like, okay, I got time to do that because I didn't have to work on the weekend.
Yeah.
As a writer, when you're a writer on a TV show, especially in Hollywood, it take up a lot of your time. I couldn't do it. But love you, Aaron Magruder, for looking out for me. All you people, I ain't mentioning everybody's name. Bernie Mac had me opening up at the Kings of Comedy on one show, and walked up to the dude who was doing it. I forgot the brother name who was doing the King of Comedy.
Stan Latham.
Yeah.
Walter Latham.
Cory needs to be on here all the time, but they ain't had no money. They was trying. It was some low money.
How much money was it? It was a King of Comedy.
It was embarrassing.
It's one of the highest grossing comedy movies of all time.
The man tried to give me $500 and you got to get there and put yourself up. I was like,
for the Kings of Comedy?
Yeah, but that's how the game go. When you see people doing stuff on television and stuff, it doesn't mean they're rich.
Right. They doing it for the opportunity.
Ain't the doctor on Fox Soul?
Wait a minute now.
Don't do that. Ryan on Fox Soul.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah.
Wait a minute now.
No, I'm saying it's not fair. Like, you have a big platform and a lot of people are seeing you. You know what I'm saying? To be on television, they need to have a minimum wage where we get paid. We take opportunities, though, because we know it can help me in the long run.
That's right. The
when
long
I did
game.
Wildin' Out, man, I made so much more money on the road. You get what I'm saying? Wildin' Out is the lowest paying gig I ever did on television. They pay you scale. You know what that means?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So we were those checks. I couldn't do nothing with them checks to help myself, but because of the recognition from Wildin' Out,
recognize you.
I was able to get out there in the game and hustle because that's what I do. I'm so used to hustling.
Base,
I probably wouldn't even know how to act if I had so much money where I could just lay back. I'd probably wilt away and die. This hustle keep me going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. We got more with Corey Holcomb when we come back. It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. Corey Holcomb, Tabernacle, November 16th. Sold out. For a person who has not seen you online, has never seen Corey Holcomb live, when they see you walk out, what they gonna get, Corey?
They gonna get some relationship advice that's gonna stir up the conversation in the car. That's what I got to say.
Okay.
Because I done seen couples argue at my show, at the show, while the show was going on.
I saw you laughing. Yes, I was laughing.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. So it's a dose of the truth that most people ain't used to hearing.
Yeah. You've been doing this for how long?
And I've been doing this for about 30 years.
Yeah. When you see people, and I'm not naming any names, but we've talked about this before with other comedians, they strictly do crowd work. How do you feel about somebody who's only doing crowd work, considering that you are a writer? You write jokes. This is what you do. You go out, you try your sets out. You don't go out and just start talking to everybody around the room. Are you a fan of crowd work?
I'm not against anybody going up there finding a way to get it done, but I will tell you this. There's not a lot of talented comedians. It's like, there's probably about 20 of us out there who I'll be like, pay to go see that guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything else is just people winging it. And that ain't to diss nobody. That's just saying I'm really out here. I see coming up with strong material, that's just not something everybody can do.
Right.
You know, so people who can maybe play the dozens or whatever with the crowd or whatever, I wish them well on their journey. But I can't endorse you as a comedian with that stamp on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I show anybody love.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore of comedians?
I don't want to miss nobody, but
what's Mount
Lavelle
Rushmore?
Crawford is a strong
heads?
comedian.
Okay.
Who's that?
Lavelle Crawford is a strong comedian. I think Earthquake is a strong comedian.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to say to people that I know are strong. Samoa is a strong comedian.
Right.
And she's on the road a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like for her to be able to go up, and a lot of times she hosts, but to be funny while she's hosting with all the guys, you know, you got to take your hat off to Samoa. One of the comedians that's opening up for me, she's her name is Just Niche. For a female, I give her my stamp of approval because it's not easy to be a female comic on the road and find a way to identify with my crowd.
Right.
And I'm so proud of her when I see her. I'll be like, you ripped it. Because my crowd is different. They have low patience. They just want it. They just want it. Bam. Give it to them. Bam.
Make me laugh.
Bam. The truck drivers and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Corey Holcomb at the Tabernacle is going down November 16th. It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. Corey Holcomb is in the studio. We had Donnell Rawlings on, and we talked about you. And I said, what would you like to say about that whole exchange with Corey Holcomb? Here's what he had to say.
I think that Corey Holcomb, in regard to originality, in regard to a comic that could have 90% of the audience ready to walk out and hit one bomb punchline and everybody's like, okay, I want to listen more. And like his style has been compared to like Patrice O'Neal for years, like outspoken, double down. But he's one of the dopest people to do it. But we had an incident some time ago, and he probably didn't want to speak on this, but the name popped up where he was very insulting he's been very insulting to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, which I don't understand. I feel like it's black on black crime.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe the notion that everybody has the same path. You know, people making arguments where this person didn't get it from the mud, so-and-so. People have different paths, and their trajectory is different. And I took offense to some of the things he was saying. But the thing and I was at one of his shows, and I wanted to apologize for yelling out, but I didn't have
saw that.
Yeah, I didn't have his number.
Okay.
And I had reached out to D-Ray or somebody. I was like, can you give me Corey's number? They gave it to me that morning. By that time, TMZ had already called me. I was like, well, ain't no sense calling them now. You know? But my thing was, and what he said, the thing I took offense to the most.
When he said you were mid?
you're mild.
Mild.
And then he compared some of the places that he performed compared to. A lot of people think because I skewed to a crossover audience,
right,
that I didn't come from the Chitlin circuit,
right.
And that's when I lost it. I've had some of the toughest in Brooklyn. I had some of the toughest joints where I had to have ceasefires before people came in there. So I took offense to that because I don't want nobody to get the impression that, you know, that I'm a plant or any of that. And he was like, the thing that said me, he said, he's mild.
Right.
Right. Anybody see me. Have
you heard
18,000 people that came to the State Farm Arena.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like, let me tell y'all something, man. If you stand out at something, drama gonna come your way. If you do hair good, them women in that shop are not going to like you. If you are a cute girl around a whole bunch of ugly girls, you are in danger.
Right.
Me being a comedian who's able to pull off what I pull off causes a lot of envy. Because I don't know Donell Rollins real good, but whenever I would see Donnell Rollins, I would always say, hey, brother, and it was always cool.
Right.
But that day, he felt like he couldn't control his envy because he was up at this little comedy club, and they had him as the headliner. But, you know, when I walk in, they be like, Cory, you want to go up? And so when I went up after him, it hurt his little fragile ego so bad, he started heckling me from the crowd.
Were you talking about him on stage?
Oh, man, I didn't even know he was there till he started yelling.
Okay.
So it's like, and on top of that, I said something about Dave Chappelle. He's one of Dave Chappelle's guys where he probably wanted to impress Dave Chappelle. I don't have nothing against Dave Chappelle. I just said something I saw. I see Dave Chappelle struggle on stage a lot, and people allow it because he's Dave Chappelle. And I said that. I don't really take it back.
It's an observation.
Yeah, I don't take it back. I'm telling you, if you go watch Dave Chappelle in these comedy clubs, it's brutal. It's bad because he's just up there smoking and talking. And I guess you can say he's put in some work on television that allows him to get away with that. But me being a comic who I am, I said, man, you be bombing. I said that on my show. You be on stage, it's bad. And I'm sure a lot of people might have the same opinion I have because they can't believe it because they see, oh, Dave Chappelle, and then he goes up there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's just like nothing. So Donnell Rollins wanted to impress Dave by doing that. I get it. Impress your man, Donnell, but you got to understand, Donnell, I'm a civilized man. I'm a citizen. I'm not trying to get into it with Donnell Rollins, but Donnell, I'll beat your ass. I'm just keeping it real with you. If we had problems, it'll be bad for you, man. It'll be bad for you. But I'm an older man. I'm civilized. But you know when men disrespect each other, we might do something to each other.
Yeah.
Because no matter how good you are, how many years you haven't got into a fight, trust me, that monster that's in you is right there.
Okay.
He's never going nowhere. My pastor right here, man, this man is... I am so proud of him from where he come from.
Yeah. He used to have a monster inside of him, too? You don't want to talk about it?
No, he ain't got no shame to it. That's the thing about us. The history of him as a young man, this was a monster.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, we try to be good, though. And I want Donnell to know, I try to be good, man. I've never done nothing to disrespect you. But if we was in that comedy club and I knew cameras was around, so I had my, hey, all right. But Donnell, I will beat your ass. I really will, dog. I'm not saying I'll whoop everybody either. But I'm saying you.
He's a definite.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I was glad you saw me outside the comedy club maybe a couple of months later and was like, yo, man, can we talk? Because, you know, I'm civilized.
Right.
I'm like, okay, let me see what he got to say. I'm like, all right.
So y'all did talk?
Yeah, one day he's talked to me outside the comedy club, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did.
Because it would have been on site.
Because I can't say.
Why you egging that man on, man?
No, want me to tell you why I can't say on site? Because I said that before, and I didn't do nothing on site. I didn't do it. When it was time to do it,
when
I
it
was
on
like,
site, you didn't do it.
I'm really a guy who's civilized now, man. I ain't never been no goon. I ain't trying to say that, but I'm saying I ain't never been the type of dude you could just poke at like that. What he did was so disrespectful at that comedy club, and then he went on there and was lying, saying I said, if you ain't never. If you've been in more than 5 movies, that means you give fellatio. That ain't what I said. I said if you've been in more than 5 movies, chances are you done got hit from the back. That's what I said. I'm trying to make it radio talk.
Thank you.
You get what I'm saying?
We want to come to work the next day.
I'm saying,
we appreciate you.
And it's kind of a bold thing to say, but it's part of my shtick. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying it. He wanted a reason to say something at the club. Donnell, you shouldn't do that to people, man, because all us comedians, man, we really don't need drama, man. I know what it's like to go to court in the morning. And I know if me and you get into it, you're going to call the police. You're going to call the police. That's what they all do. When Aries Spears got beat up at my show.
Yeah. Why did you let that happen? I went and watched it before you came in. I said, let me watch it again. And you saw it going off the rails. And then you came on later with your mans and was like, on TMZ or whatever. But you could have stopped that, Cory.
I was froze. I wanted to get up and stop it right away, but I was just like,
Aries, that's a big
You know what I mean? I don't know if that ever happened to somebody. But I've never said this before, but that's the truth. I was like,
I was froze.
kick his ass. You know what I mean? Because he was in there. He was doing too much.
Right.
Aries was high out his mind. We gave him the Tangeray.
Yeah, he was drinking gin.
Yeah, and we was like, man, he doing too much, man. So, you know, I wish I would have jumped up sooner, but the one brother was tired of Aries. You know what I'm saying? And I had never seen him have a fight also. So I was like, in case one day I get into it with him, I want to see his technique a little bit. I don't know what to say. All I know is Aries Spears. He's known for getting into fights with people at the radio station. Do you know that about him?
No, really?
No. He hits people that's smaller than him. This is what Aries does.
Okay.
Do the research.
Really?
I'm telling you, watch when you find out. Aries has had so many fights at the radio station when he's doing press. Look how y'all looking. Y'all look shocked. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't lie.
Okay.
I wouldn't
That's
make
very
this
random.
up like the doctor made up something on me. All this stuff can be researched and you can see.
It's Googleable.
Yeah, Aries, he hit this one little kid and I think it was Oakland or something. He punched a guy. It was a little guy though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a bully.
Cory, I have a question because you said that you're very open and people know your dirt. What is you mentioned earlier going through a divorce? It's pending. What is something that your ex-wife has complained about you?
Infidelity?
Is that the only? That's it?
I really think that's my thing that makes it very hard for a woman to be around me. I ain't never been with one woman.
Okay.
I always had women. I don't think I could ever just be with one woman.
That's kind of what started the Cam conversation.
I don't think I could be with one woman, but you see, I'm putting it on me now.
Right.
Because a lot of guys, when they on the spot, Cam was courageous for what he did. You know what I mean? Because it started a storm of nonsense for him and his family. And in a way, I wish I wouldn't even brought it up because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want no drama for Cam Newton. Cam Newton, I was a fan before I got there. When I saw him, I was in awe because he's a big strong brother.
Yeah.
And I know the things he went through. The NFL was so, they hated Cam so much, they let people hit him even when he was out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate the brother Cam, but the average mind wants you to be miserable like they are. And Cam Newton and his family right now are going through it. But one day, I'm telling you this, because Cam Newton is on ESPN now.
Right.
Listen to this, man. Cam Newton is a monster waiting to come out. It's just he was brought up in a way where him being the big, strong soldier, he thinks he's supposed to dumb down and be cool in certain situations. When he talks, he tries to be composed and everything.
Yeah.
But he's a monster, man. He gonna come out after a while. I say 10 years from now, Cam Newton gonna be like, I was nice for too long. I let you people talk crazy to me and tell me I create broken homes when Cam Newton, man, let me tell you something, man. If Cam Newton is your baby daddy, you are blessed. Not just because of the money.
Right.
He a good dude.
Okay.
But you got somebody who is lying about their profession talk about he creates broken homes.
But that is a fact when you're not with your family.
No, it's not
That's
a fact.
broken home.
Women create broken homes. If
Okay,
you have
women can too, and Kim also did.
I don't know how men create broken homes because I can see if a man don't want to have nothing to do with his kids, he foul. But when we have children, you have to understand a woman carries the baby. And I think it is your duty to make sure your child not only knows who the father is, but he honors his father. Because the game he ran on that child's mama is how he got here. So if you think a man can create a broken home, okay, that's just the thinking that you was taught here in the United States of America. But I tell you, a lot of you ladies who was brought up here in the United States of America, I believe if you went to other places, you would really be out of place. Because there was some girl over there in Dubai, and she was yelling in the street, and she ain't know how serious that was. They grabbed her and threw her in jail, and it was a real serious case. The things that women do and the things that women get to say here in these United States, they start to believe they own nonsense. Cam Newton, how's Cam Newton creating a broken home when it's that lady's job to make sure them children are supposed to be up under Cam?
It's not about the home is broken, period. Regardless, if they're not together, the home is broken.
Is that what they told you?
But that's what a broken home is defined as, no?
People would say that maybe about me and my wife not being together. I got my wife back. And she got my back when it really boiled down to it. I really believe that.
Y'all are not a family unit living together in a constant home. So
that means we broken.
I mean, in definition, it's a broken home.
I mean, look up broken.
It doesn't
See what
mean that.
broken
I'm not
means.
saying it's bad, though, because I'm not saying it's bad. I will always say that I've seen people co-parent and are able to raise kids in X, Y, and Z, and it continues to be just fine. But again, I grew up with both my parents. They're still together. It's been better foundationally for me. So if you have two separate homes, sometimes for some kids, they can't handle that. So that's where that turns.
Guess what, everybody? Most people are not living with the woman they got a baby by. And if you want to say that's a broken home, what can I tell you? But a broken home is when you have parents that don't want nothing to do with the kids. That's a broken home, because if a man don't want nothing to do with the child, what does that say about the woman? You got a baby out here the man don't want nothing to do with. Who are you? I just don't see what people say, oh, if a man, you creating broken homes. Cam Newton is creating offspring that will be in a better place than most of the people that's saying he creating broken homes. His offspring will be taken care of. I was around the man. I don't know Cam Newton, but I trust my instincts when I'm around people. Mm-hmm. When I'm around people, my instincts, this is how I make money. I go off my instincts. I ain't always right. But I'm saying, I don't believe Cam Newton is finna abandon any of his kids. But I believe the women that's around him think they got the bargaining chips to abandon Cam, and that affects what happens with the kids. And I'm not a doctor.
It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. It's Cory Holcomb, ladies and gentlemen.
One time.
Hey, all right, all you broken homes out there, go take them to the daddy house, and they'll be all right.